Hey, WHCR 90.3 FM. I'm Dritty Pope. I'm the host of Bar Seminar.
I've been studying bars for years. Call me the bar scholar, soon I'll be a bar doctor, soon I'll teach a class on bars. Do you know my ex? She shows her ass at bars. Ask a girl if she's enrolled in Dritty's Bar Seminar. She says no, you give it to her really hard. Keep on being as happy as you are. Keep on being a nappy admirer. Keep on getting promoted and hired. She seems distant, she seems tired.
I'm not gonna dump my pipe into the fire.
Bar Seminar, the weekly rap analysis show where we talk about rap like the poetry it is. Thanks for joining us here in Harlem. Hey, if you're outside today, stay dry, okay? All right, sounds good. The 7 deadly sins in Kendrick Lamar's lyrics. Lust. The third deadly sin that Kendrick Lamar talks about.
Yep.
We're going in order here. What is lust, Matt?
Carnal desire.
Yeah, sexual desire. That the reason it's a sin is because technically sex, it is enjoyable, but it is mainly for reproduction.
Right.
And so lust is when that reproduction is not. When that sexual attraction is not for reproduction.
Right.
When the intention is not reproduction. And or if it's done out of wedlock.
Right.
And technically if it's done before marriage.
Right.
According to the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
So, Kendrick Lamar decided to name of one of the 14 tracks on his 2017 album, Damn, Lust.
Yeah.
Meaning the entire song is what? About lust?
Yes.
And again, as we said, lust has a period at the end of it.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's trying to make a definitive statement on lust.
They don't all have periods?
They all do.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm saying that they all don't make definitive statements
on
the thing. Now let's get into it. Kendrick needs some water.
Yeah.
Something came over him.
Mm-hmm.
What came over him?
Lust.
Yeah. Blood rushes his favorite vein. Which one is his favorite vein?
I don't think we need to go into that.
You don't think he needs to go into that? You don't think we need to elaborate that it's the main vein in the penis?
I didn't think so, but since we went into
From him getting an erection.
Right.
Heartbeat racing like a junkie's.
Mm-hmm.
Let me put the head in.
Right.
Now, why does he feel the need to ask someone who he is he's cuddling with, he's about to have sex with, why does he feel the need to start almost begging and pleading? He says it over and over again. Let me put the head in.
It's like they both don't want to, but want to at the same time. Like they're both trying to resist, but they can't anymore.
They want to resist because perhaps they aren't married, or perhaps, they're just being very lusty. But the lust is so much that he really just wants to get a little taste, give into that temptation a little bit.
We all know that a little taste is never just that.
That's true. I don't want more than that. I respect the cat.
Mm-hmm.
The cat meaning
the vagina.
So he's not just using her, is what he's saying.
He's saying I love you, yeah. If it's okay.
And she said it's okay.
Yeah.
And then he has 3 verses on this song.
Yeah. Yes.
And the 2 verses, the first 2 verses mirror each other.
Yes.
One describes the day of a male. The other describes the day of a female.
Yeah.
And a couple of the things he says in the day about the male. He says what?
Wake up in the morning thinking about money, kick your feet up. Watch you a comedy, take a poop, then roll some weed up. Go hit you a lick on a work today.
Go to work today, cop you a fit. Or maybe some kicks.
It basically comes down to be lazy, spend money, and
have sex.
Yeah, and have sex.
Spend money. Yeah, do drugs.
Yeah.
Are all of those things lust, though?
In a figurative sense.
I think all of those things are sinful, being lazy. Mm-hmm. That's sloth.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, a lot of this is about sloth, but being slothful can include being lustful,
Right.
because it's not focusing on things that's important. It's just giving into your physical desires.
Right. I think about that with like the way he talks about weed on this song. What does he say? Wake up in the morning.
Watch a comedy, use the bathroom, then roll some weed.
Right. It's like there's no ambition in that. It just feels good.
Yeah, just feels good, and that's what lust is: chasing what feels good. That's what a lot of the 7 deadly sins are.
Mm-hmm.
Go to the club or your mama house. Whatever you do, and just make it count.
Yeah.
What does that mean? Make it count.
I think he's being sarcastic.
He is being sarcastic.
Mm-hmm.
And now the sister verse is the one where he's talking about a female. He describes a female similarly to the way he describes a female on For Free on To Pimp a Butterfly. And he says, again, wake up in the morning, think about money, kick your feet up.
Right.
Hop in the shower, put on your makeup, lace your weave up.
Right.
Touch on yourself. That's lust.
Right.
Call up your man, tell him he ain't
Poop.
Credit card scam, get you a visa, make it pay your rent. Yeah, that's money. That's greed.
Yeah.
Hop on the gram, flex on the women that be hating on you. That's envy.
Mm-hmm.
Pop a pill.
Lust.
Go to the club.
Mm-hmm.
It's whatever, just make it count.
Mm-hmm.
So some of those things aren't necessarily about lust.
Right.
In the chorus, as opposed to what he's talking about on the chorus.
I think he ties it all together in the next verse.
He ties it all together. And then in the last verse, he says, he wakes up in the morning. His head is spinning from last night.
Right. And this is him as Kenny now.
Yeah, this is Kendrick talking.
Mm-hmm.
The lobby called. It's 11:30,
Mm-hmm.
so he's late. He promised to be an hour early. Room full of clothes, bag full of money. Call it loose change.
Mm-hmm.
So the room's a mess.
Yeah.
Fumbled his jewelry, lost a new chain.
Mm-hmm.
Hop on the bird, hit the next city for another million.
Right.
Take a nap, do it again.
Yeah.
So that's there's a lot of greed right there.
Right. Yeah, not so much lust, you're right.
Not so much lust right there.
Mm-hmm.
And then he goes on to talking about the November 2016 presidential election. Hop on the Daily News, looking for confirmation, hope the election wasn't true. All of us worried, all of us buried, all our feelings deep. None of us married to his proposal.
Mm-hmm.
Make us feel cheap, distraught and mad. Tell the neighbor about it.
Mm-hmm.
Bet they agree. Parade the streets with their voice proudly. Time pass and things change. Reverting back to our daily programs, stuck in our ways. Lust.
Lately, I've been lusting over the same routine. Lately, my lust been hiding. Lately.
Yeah, what is the people parading about
He's like
not wanting Donald as a president? How's that lustful?
he's saying not that, but that like they start off really wanting to change something and being proactive, but then at the end of the day, they just lust for that same lazy routine. Not lazy, but it's like what they're used to.
Daily program, stuck in our ways.
Yeah, they lust for it after too much separation.
So at some point they stop caring, perhaps.
Right.
Or it becomes less of a big deal because they just accept it.
Yeah, it becomes too much to overcome. Exactly.
Yeah. Lately, I feel like I've been lusting over the fame. We lust on the same routine of shame.
Mm-hmm.
Lately, my lust been heightened.
Lately. Yeah.
Lately, it's all contradiction. Lately, I'm not here.
Lust.
Lately, I lust over self.
Mm-hmm.
Lust turned into fear. So, he lusts over himself.
Yeah.
Being selfish, thinking about himself.
Yeah.
Lust turns into fear.
Mm-hmm.
Why does lust turn into fear?
Maybe he's afraid it's going to get taken away. He talks about that on Fear, right? Like, what does he say? 30 shows a month and I still won't buy me no Lexus. Like, I have all this lust to spend money and be full of myself, but I'm scared it's going to get taken away. Hard to say, though.
He's scared he's going to be... Yeah.
Not exactly a scholarly essay in terms of organization of ideas.
No, and then he's using the word lust to describe other things, to describe greed, and just being selfish in general.
Yeah.
He ends it off by saying, in James 4:4, it says, "Friend of the world is an enemy of the Lord." So if a friend of the world is an enemy of the Lord, I'm assuming that's like a sinful desire.
Okay.
Something that is a friend to people and people's physical desires, but an enemy of God and justice. I have the quote from James 4:4. It says, "You adulterous people, don't you know that friendship with the world means enmity against God? Therefore, anyone who chooses to be a friend of the world becomes an enemy of God."
What does that even mean, Clark?
Well, I don't think by the world, they're talking about the planet. They're speaking metaphorically. But they're talking about the system, the society, and that the fact that society promotes selfish things like lust, like materialism, greed.
Okay.
Yeah, being proud.
Okay.
Idolizing yourself. All of those things in general are friends of the world. Like, that feed into the physical temptation that everyone has.
Okay, I'm with that.
Yeah, but he's not using lust entirely about lust. He's just talking about sin and sinning in general.
Yeah.
Which is why I don't think it's a definitive statement on lust.
Yeah.
It only a little bit is.
Okay. You're a little disappointed.
A little bit, but it's still a good song. It's a good song to listen to. There's a lot of things to think about for sure.
Yeah.
Even if you listen to it over and over again, I think it definitely has a high replay value off of the Damn album.
Yeah.
So, okay, that's Lust, the first song of Kendrick Lamar's that we're talking about lust. Okay, here it is. Is not that much about lust at all. But there are a couple of his songs that are very specifically about lust. And I'm going to start with a cut off of his 2015 album, To Pimp a Butterfly. These Walls, Kendrick Lamar featuring Bilal, Anna Wise, and Thundercat. It comes up as the 5th track on To Pimp a Butterfly. The groove of the song is very sweet, very smooth, very melodic, very entrancing. If these walls could talk. If these walls could talk. If these walls could talk. Sex. Mm-hmm. So the way that sentence is structured, it sounds like a question. Mm-hmm. If these walls could talk.
Yeah, it's a figure of speech, right?
Walls could talk, then what? Mm-hmm. Then what? We could see what goes on inside these walls.
Yep. And then the way they deliver that, it's like a scream almost. Like
yeah, by the end, it's a crescendo, and by the end of it, it's a woman screaming.
Yep.
If these walls could talk, and the answer is sex.
Yep.
So what's going on inside these walls? Mm-hmm. Sex. And Matt, you illuminated something to me very interesting about this track.
Right.
It's not just, what goes on in this room? Sex. It's also what's going on the insides of her vagina walls.
Right. He, if these walls could talk, to tell me to swim good. So swim good, like diving into the water. No boat, I float better than he could. That's like a reference to Jesus, I think. And then no life jacket.
Wait, hold on a second. Mm-hmm. No boat, I float better than he would.
Right.
Meaning Jesus walks on water.
Yeah, but I swim in you better than he did.
Wow. So is he saying he's better than Jesus?
Yeah.
No life jacket. I'm not the God of Nazareth.
Right.
But your flood can be misunderstood.
Mm-hmm.
There's something interesting there.
Yeah.
Moses parted the Red Sea and
Okay.
made 2 walls of water.
Ooh, okay. I hadn't thought about that.
And he's saying your flood can be misunderstood. I think that means sexual desire.
Right, because women, vaginal secretions.
They get wet.
Yes.
He's comparing that
Mm-hmm.
to biblical floods.
Yeah.
He's saying he's not God.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he makes any conclusion there. He's just comparing them.
I think he's saying, yeah, you're full of sexual desire, but, you're just using this to replace something in your life, to fill a void.
Because then he goes on to say, walls telling me they full of pain, resentment.
Mm-hmm. Needs someone to live in them just to relieve tension.
Whoa. So so this person needs someone inside those walls just to relieve stress and tension.
Yeah,
which is something that people use sex a lot for.
Yeah, man. Physically, and emotionally, we don't need to get into it.
Yeah. Me, I'm just a tenant.
Yeah.
So he's only in there for a brief time period.
Right, it's a temporary thing.
To be replaced by someone else.
Mm-hmm.
Landlord said these walls vacate more than a minute. So more than a minute, that means they vacate really quickly.
Vacant.
They get vacant quickly.
I think he's saying that it's been a long time since someone's been in them.
Oh, okay. That's what the landlord says.
Mm-hmm.
The landlord of her vagina.
Yeah.
These walls are vulnerable! Exclamation. Interior pink.
Yeah.
Okay, that's vagina.
That's where, the first time I heard that, I was like, oh.
Oh,
yeah,
okay. I get it now.
Yeah.
Color coordinated. I interrogated every nook and cranny.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still amazing. Before they couldn't stand me.
Yeah. So I read a little annotation about that line, and there was some speculation that it was a high school lover that hated him before and wouldn't even give him the time of day. And now that she needs him, now she'll open up her walls to him. But before they couldn't stand him.
Wow. So in high school they didn't care about him, couldn't stand him. But now since he's popular?
Yeah, powerful, full of, money, and
people will let him into their lives.
Yeah.
And or vaginas.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's also a little bit because of they couldn't stand me. Every nook and cranny can't stand him being inside of it because I guess he destroys or hurts.
Yeah, I'm with that.
These walls happier when I'm here. These walls never could hold up. Every time I come around, demolition might crush. That's what he's saying. He's saying he's going to demolish
Yeah.
what's ever inside the walls.
Yeah.
If these walls could talk, then Bilal comes in. I can feel your rain when it cries. Gold lives inside of you.
So we're looking at the lyrics right now for, I guess you guys aren't here with us, but they have rain written as a
R-E. Yeah, say it. Spell it.
R-E-I-G-N.
But it also could be R-A-I-N.
Right.
R-A-I-N being liquid. Rain. But rain and rain have similar definitions in some ways.
Okay.
When you rain down on something, you're coming over it and taking over
That's
everything.
right. Encapsulating it.
Yeah. And when your rain is on something, you are taking over and controlling something.
Absolutely.
I can feel your rain when it cries, gold lives inside of you. I love it when I'm in it. I love it when I'm in it.
It doesn't get clearer than
That's
that.
just the vagina.
Yeah.
Let's keep going. If these walls could talk, they'd tell me to go deep. Oh my gosh. Yelling at me continuously, I can see. Your defense mechanism is my decision. What's her defense mechanism? Or is he talking about the vagina right now, or is he talking about something else?
I hadn't thought about this line too much. I had to kind of glossed over it. Your defense mechanism is my decision.
It's his decision to knock these walls down.
Okay, yeah, and it's her way of protecting herself. But for him, it's just a choice to have sex with her.
Interesting.
Mm.
Walls feeling like they're ready to close in. I
Mhm.
suffocate, they catch my second wind. I resonate in these walls. I don't know how long I can wait in these walls. I've been on the streets too long, looking at you from the outside in. Is he saying anything there?
I think he's saying that, especially with the second wind part, he's saying, like, I'm getting ready to, climax. But also it's kind of just like this theme of lust, like, I can't hold back my desire any longer in maybe a literal and a symbolic sense.
And then he ends his second verse with the same line, because when I come around, demolition gon' crush.
Yeah.
So I think there's some metaphor. He's breaking down some kind of walls.
Okay.
Whether it's vaginal walls or some other walls.
Right. And a lot of people think about this, that, like, although the main metaphor in this song is a vagina, there's, like, a lot going on here. It could be, like, her emotional walls built up, and he wants to break those down.
Yeah, well, yeah, what other walls could he be breaking down? Yeah, it could be her emotional walls.
Mm-hmm.
It could be the walls
Of society, maybe.
that have oppressed people.
Yep.
They were talking about church earlier. Oh, he was saying, knock these walls down. That's my religion.
Yeah.
He could be talking about breaking down the walls of a religious establishment.
Sure. Maybe racial barriers. I don't know.
If your walls could talk, they'd tell you it's too late.
Mm-hmm.
It's too late for what?
So here, I think he's talking to the baby daddy, the woman's lover, who's now in prison.
There we go. That's the other thing. That with the walls of prison.
Mm-hmm.
What have the walls of the jail cell seen?
Yep.
They're talking to this man who got this woman pregnant,
Yeah.
and now he's in jail.
Yep. And then I think here he's basically like just saying, he's dissing him. He's saying, like, you're nothing. You're pathetic. You killed my homeboy and God spared your life, but dumb criminal, you got indicted the same night. Like, you're stupid. You're nothing.
Stupid. You're in jail. You impregnated a woman, and now you're just in jail.
Yep.
So when you play this song, rewind the first verse about me abusing my power so you can hurt.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
He's analyzing his own verse in the same song.
Yeah, he's
And
saying,
yeah.
No, go ahead.
He's saying that his first verse is about him abusing his power, is kind of taking advantage of this woman.
Yep. And he knows it, and he's like, yeah, you like that, huh?
Wow.
Yeah.
About me and her in the shower whenever she horny. About me and her in the after hours of the morning.
Yeah.
About her baby daddy currently serving life. About how she think about you until we meet up at night. About the only girl that cared about you when you asked her. And how she having sex on a famous rapper.
Walls could talk.
Wow.
Yeah.
So Kendrick is having sex with this baby daddy's girl.
Yeah. Baby mama, if you will.
Yeah, the baby mama.
Yeah.
And is rubbing it in his face.
Yep. And he's like, saying,
and he's saying it's because you're an idiot.
Yep. And he's like, he knows that she just wants him to fill the void of the baby daddy.
Yeah. And Kendrick's fine with that.
Yeah.
He's fine with filling that void, and he's rubbing it in that guy's face.
Yeah. Not so humble.
I can't believe it. Not so humble, not so loyal.
Not so noble. Yeah.
Apparently, Kendrick has been with Whitney Alford since high school.
Oh.
Is what I've heard. That his current fiance, they knew each other in high school. I don't know if that means they've been dating since high school.
That's true.
They were definitely together at the time of this album coming out. So it could be Kendrick reflecting on a earlier experience in his life. It could be him talking about someone else's experience.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, it's very intense, and I'd like to know what Whitney thinks about it.
I would love to get Whitney in here and just pick her.
Let's
brain
get
out.
Whitney Alford in here.
Yeah.
Kendrick doesn't talk about this stuff a lot, though, is the thing. Some rappers talk about this stuff all the time.
That's true.
And they have women.
That's true.
Kendrick doesn't.
I just expect better from him, though.
Yeah, that's an intense last verse.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else, Matt?
No, let's hear it.
Here we go with These Walls by Kendrick Lamar off of To Pimp a Butterfly. Thanks, Harlem. That's a great song. That song, when you turn that up loud, that song, the groove, the way the bass hits the synths, hits the vocals, the beautiful. That's an amazing sounding album.
Yes. Oh my God, yes. You could talk about that all day.
Yeah, we talk about that all day. Matt, we need to talk about this other song by Kendrick Lamar that you put me on to. Track 1 off of Good Kid, Mad City. Sherane, a.k.a. Master Splinter's daughter.
Yeah.
Track 1 off of Good Kid, Mad City. Kendrick starts off the album with a 4-minute... He tells a story. He tells one of the clearest stories he's ever told.
Yep.
A lot of Kendrick's verses are sometimes all over the place with like changing thoughts and changing voices going back and forth.
Changing ideas, yeah.
But this one back from in 2013 is such a clear story he tells.
This whole album is like that. He said that he wanted it to be like a movie, basically.
Yeah, like a movie. It's like a book. On the title it says Good Kid, Mad City, a short film by Kendrick Lamar.
Yep.
It is like a movie. It is like a book. And he talks about a very lustful encounter, a very lustful summer he has with this girl named Sherane, a.k.a. Master Splinter's daughter. Matt, who is Master Splinter?
Isn't that from a video game?
That's the rat who is the master of the dojo where the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles practice. He's their master. He's their sensei.
Does that make any sense to you?
That this girl, Sherane, is Master Splinter's daughter. Master Splinter is a rat.
Yeah.
He's a mouse who wears a robe, and he's very stoic, and he has a cane.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I don't know why Sherane is Master Splinter's daughter.
Ayo, Kendrick. Why? I don't know.
He starts off the album with someone else saying this: Lord God, I come to you, a sinner, and I humbly repent for my sins.
Yeah.
I believe that Jesus is Lord. I believe that you raised him from the dead. I will ask that Jesus will come into my life and be my Lord and Savior. I receive Jesus to take control of my life, and that I may live for him from this day forth. Thank you, Lord Jesus, for saving me with your precious blood. In Jesus' name, amen.
So this prayer is all through the album a little bit.
Yeah, it's repeated.
Yeah, so Sing About Me, I'm dying of thirst. It goes into dying of thirst. And then like the kids who are looking to kill somebody, they run into like a lady of God, and she gives them this prayer to say. And then this is them saying it, but it comes before her telling them to say it in the album.
So it's a little foreshadowing.
Yeah, exactly.
So he clearly wants to get this message out about people who are sinners asking for forgiveness.
Exactly, yep.
And then he goes into this song where he talks about his lust for this woman. And lust, as we know, is one of the 7 deadly sins.
Yeah. Oh, this is a great song.
I met her at this party on El Segundo and Central.
Yeah.
She had the credentials of a stripper in Atlanta.
She had a body.
Butt came with a hump. From the jump, she was a camel. I want to ride like Arabians. Push an 04 Mercedes-Benz. Oh, my God. Hello, my name is Kendrick. She said, no, you're handsome. Whispered in my ear, disappeared, and found her dancing. Ciara played in the background. The parade music we made had us all wearing shades now. She asks where you stay. She tells him her location. It's at Dominguez High.
Yeah.
He asks if it's in Compton or in Paramount. She said no and started batting her eyes. She wanted her thighs around me. 17 with nothing but vagina on my mantle. My motive was rather sinful. What you trying to get into?
Mm-hmm.
She didn't tell, just gave me her Nextel.
Mm-hmm.
Dropped the number. We chirped the whole summer and well.
Yeah. You remember those Nextel phones? The chirp phones?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
Wow. Nextel, sinful, get into, mental, and well.
Yeah.
He's 17 years old
Mm-hmm.
in this verse. Do you know how old Kendrick was when he dropped this album?
He's like 20, right?
He had to be, in his early 20s.
Mm-hmm.
So this is him reminiscing on his teenage years. He did that also on this album on Backseat Freestyle.
Mm-hmm.
It's been said that he wrote Backseat Freestyle when he was 16.
Okay. I believe that. It's a very immature song.
And still stories from his teenage years make it on this album.
Yeah.
More than once. Because it is an album about his youth.
Mm-hmm.
And about how he sinned in his youth.
Yeah.
Also. Okay, moving along with the story. The summer has passed and now I'm liking her. Conversation we have and probably enticing her. Who could imagine? Maybe my actions will end up wifing her. Love or lust. Regardless, we'll have sex because the trife in us. We see a love or lust theme
Yeah.
years before the damn album comes out.
Crazy.
We know a lot about each other. Her mother was a crack addict. She lived with her granny and her 2 younger brothers.
Yeah.
Family history of gangbanging did make me skeptical.
But not enough to stop me from getting a nut.
I want to come over. What's up? I was in heat like a cactus. Heat meaning
Like,
when dogs and animals get sexual attraction.
oh, I hadn't heard this. Tell me.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure when you say a dog is in heat,
Oh, that's what that means?
yeah, that means that their genitals are hot.
Oh,
And you can feel the warmth coming
that's
off of them
right. That's right.
because they want to have sex. Wow. And he's saying that he was in heat like a cactus.
Right.
Because cactus live in the desert.
Wow. Okay.
Where it's hot and sunny all day.
Okay. Never thought about that line, man.
My tactics of being thirsty probably could hurt me. I got some heart. Grabbed my mama's keys, hopped in the car.
And this is just like, I feel like everyone can kind of relate to this a little bit. Like, just being really sexually excited as a teenager.
And just wanting to drop everything and
Yeah.
go
Forget-
have sex.
yeah.
Forget everything.
Break all the rules. Yep.
Take your mom's car without asking.
Yep.
So then he does it. He goes down to Rosecrans in a caravan.
Yeah. You know it's not a Kendrick song if he doesn't mention Rosecrans.
How often does Kendrick Lamar mention Rosecrans, man?
Hey, guys, did you know I'm from Rosecrans?
What is Rosecrans?
That's like the street.
It's a street in Paramount, the city east of Compton.
Yeah.
Wow. He even calls himself Kendrick Lamar Rosecrans.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
On The Art of Peer Pressure.
Yep. Are you Clark Adamitis Convent?
Clark Adamitis Convent. And I'm just naming myself because of the street I'm on a lot of the time.
Yeah.
My gosh. I might. That's a little cool.
Okay.
Convent is not that cool, though.
Nah. Amsterdam's cool.
I feel like Amsterdam's cooler. I feel like 125th Street in Harlem is cooler. A Tribe Called Quest would always do that also. They'd shout out their boulevard. Linden Boulevard, represent. A Tribe Called Quest, represent.
Love it.
So, okay, he's on his way to F your B, or F his B.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about that sex, thinking about her thighs, or maybe kissing on her neck, or maybe what position is next. Enthused by the touch of a woman, she's a masseuse, and I'm a professional porn star, went off the goose.
Yep, Grey Goose.
He had a fifth in the trunk. Okay, anyway, I'm 2 blocks away, 250 feet, and 6 steps away from where she stays. She waving me across from the street. She sees him. He pulls up, and he sees her.
Yeah.
In front of her house. I pulled up, a smile on my face, and then I see 2 black men, 2 black hoodies. I froze as my phone rang.
Yeah.
So
Kenny, where you at?
So, yeah. And so as he pulls up to this house, a lot of things happen.
Yeah.
He sees his girl, he's excited, but also two men in black hoodies come up to him in his car as he's pulling up.
Basically, yep.
Was it a setup?
Yep.
By the girl? The girl was
Yep.
trying to woo and seduce Kendrick.
I think what I took away from it is that there was a genuine connection between them, but at some point the two men convinced her to motivate him to come over and set him up so that they could rob him.
So they could stick him up.
Yep.
And at the same time, his phone rang.
Yeah.
And his parents are calling him.
Yeah.
And they leave this legendary voicemail.
Yeah.
And it's real. The voicemail has to be real. Like, there's no way that was fabricated.
No, that's really his parents. Yeah.
Yeah. And a lot of things happen in this voicemail. Yeah, it has to be real because Kendrick's dad said about Damn. Oh, why don't you put us on this album?
Yeah.
Because his mom and his dad are on the opening track of Good Kid, Mad City.
Yeah.
Kendrick Lamar's area code is 323.
Yeah.
Keep that in mind. That's a California area code. And it's his mother talking to him. Yeah. Kendrick, where you at? I'm sitting here waiting on my van. You told me you'd be back in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So Kendrick took the car to go have sex with the girl. He told his mom, but his mom is now waiting for the car. He's got to go to the county building. These kids have to eat. Kendrick Lamar has brothers and sisters. I have to get these food stamps. I hope you ain't out there messing with them hood rats out there, especially that crazy girl Sherane. Oh my gosh, so she knew about Sherane, this crazy girl. You have school tomorrow. So this is a weeknight.
Oh
this is either Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday night.
Yeah.
That he's going out and doing this.
Wild.
And his mom needs to go and get food stamps for everyone to eat. And he's just out wanting to have sex with this girl.
Yeah.
You're not going to pass to the next grade, 11th grade. That meaning he's in 10th grade now.
So he's what? 15?
He's 15.
Yeah. Oh my.
That's a little hard to believe for me that he had this voicemail saved since he was 15. That seems hard to do.
I think he maybe had his parents recreate it or something. Because all through the album, he has his friends talking like as if they're in a car.
Yeah.
Like, and I believe that those are his friends, but that he like told them what to say, you know?
I see. You ain't gonna pass the next grade, 11th grade. That's also a little bit awkward. I feel like you would never say that on the phone. You got to get home. You got to keep your grades up. You're never gonna get to the next grade, 11th grade. I don't know, maybe.
Different culture, you know.
Yeah. And then his dad is hollering. Your daddy hollering about some damn dominoes. He wants to holler at you. Where my dominoes at?
Yeah.
And his dad's yelling at Kendrick on the voicemail. Where my dominoes at?
Yeah. And it's just like this completely absurd scenario unfolding while he's like, his life is in danger. And it's like hilarious.
Yeah, it is crazy. All these things happen at the same time. His parents are upset for two different reasons, but the fact that Kendrick did take the car and isn't back on time, it's his fault.
That is his fault.
Because his mom needs to go get the food stamps. And come on. And dads are always upset about dad stuff. Yeah. And dad stuff is never important. And I know, because I'll be a dad one day. Yeah. And everything I care about is just not important when it comes to your kids and your wife being happy. Yeah. Where your dominoes are doesn't actually matter, man. And the mom's worried about, she has to go get food stamps from the county building. Yeah.
You want to holler about you some damn dominoes. It ain't all that serious.
And Kendrick just wants to go have sex. And Kendrick's in real danger also. That's his fault, though. Or it's not his fault. It's a little his fault. Because he doesn't have to be doing this on a school night. He doesn't have to be inconveniencing his mother.
Yeah. He didn't let anyone know where he was going.
Yeah, he wasn't planning on being back in 15 minutes either. Yeah. He knew he was lying to his mom. Yeah. But and then the voicemail ends with Kendrick's dad saying, oh, well, his mom says, forget those dominoes. Nobody want to hear that. Yeah. And then the dad says, nobody want to hear yo. Bleep. But, yeah. Matter of fact, put my oldies back on. You're killing my mother effing vibe.
Yeah, and then you know what the next song is.
The track 2 on Good Kid, Mad City.
His most iconic song ever.
Is B Word, Don't Kill My Vibe.
Yeah. I am a sinner.
And that's Kendrick being very conscious of his lust and how it affected his family.
Yeah.
And his own personal safety.
Yeah, man. This is what elevates him.
Yeah.
Man.
And he knows that people in his neighborhood get killed all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So he knows how important this is. He starts the album like this. And then it transitions amazingly to B Word, Don't Kill My Vibe.
Just like the level of storytelling in this is like incredible to me. Like, and it just, especially musically, it just flows so well. Like,
yeah, he really did it. There's no
like that opening sentence. Oh, I met her at this house party. I know Segundo in Central. She had the credentials of strippers in that. You'll hear it. It's just incredible, man.
Yeah, flows great. Yeah, great storytelling on Kendrick's part. Okay, here we go. Here we go with Sherane, a.k.a. Master Splinter's Daughter by Kendrick Lamar on Good Kid, Mad City. Thanks for tuning in, Harlem. Yep, that's Sherane and B Word, Don't Kill My Vibe. Wow, great transition. They transitioned right into each other. I didn't even want to turn it off. That's how good the transition was. Matt, there's a few more I want to talk to you about really quickly. Kendrick has a song on the Damn album called Loyalty, which is the opposite of lust.
Okay. Yeah, I'm with that.
Because lust is sexual desire for someone outside of wedlock, basically.
Okay. Is that biblical? That is for someone outside of wedlock?
Yeah. Because, I mean, sexual desire is okay, but as long as it's in the intention of reproduction, I think is the commandment term.
Okay.
And that is in loyal is in that. Being loyal is part of that. And so on this song Loyalty, he's talking about loyalty. All I want is loyalty. From his partner.
I think also from his, like, people.
From people around him.
No switching sides. Like, that indicates sort of a team thing.
No switching sides, loyalty. His team, TDE. That's a loyal team right there.
Yeah, extremely.
Yeah, and they are winning together. There's multiple winners on that team.
Yeah. Not the most deep song.
This is not that deep a song. He wants loyalty. He's just spitting some bars, though. Kung Fu Kenny now. My resume real enough for 2 millenniums. I meditate and moderate all of my wins again. I'm hanging on the fence again. He's not saying anything.
No.
And then Rihanna, bad girl Riri now.
That's like
swerve. 4 swerves.
Good point, Rihanna.
I guess that's pretty loyal. You're swerving and you're being loyal to your swerving abilities because you're doing it 4 times.
It is a cool sound. Like when she says swerve, that's a cool sound.
Yeah, swerve. Rihanna does not have songwriting credits on this song.
Yeah, okay.
So Kendrick wrote this for Rihanna. And he wrote on a piece of paper, bad girl Riri now. Swerve. Leave it now.
Do you think like he wrote that and like had to get up and just like allow the blood to flow back to his head?
Because he was losing his mind when he wrote that?
Yeah. To recollect himself after birthing that genius.
And then he continues with that. I'm a savage. I'm an a-hole. I'm a king. Shimmy-ya, 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 rah. Also doesn't mean anything. It's a quote from a Old Dirty Bastard song, Shimmy Shimmy Ya.
Oh.
And then he kinds of get into loyalty. You can tell your man he can meet me outside.
Yeah, but not really.
And then he doesn't say
yeah.
You can babysit him when I leave him outside. Ain't no other love like the one I know. That's about loyalty, but I don't even want to read the other lines. They're just not about loyalty. I'm geeked and I'm fired up. All I want tonight is just get high up. That's not anything. That doesn't mean anything.
This is just a nice sounding song.
Yeah, they just said, oh, yeah, throw that bar in right there.
Yeah.
And who says that line? DJ Dahi, the producer.
Yeah. I feel like, man, this is one of those songs where if someone else released it, we would just not even be talking about it.
If someone else put out this song, I just wouldn't care.
Yeah.
It got a Grammy for Best Rap Song Collaboration.
Yeah, man. We have Tyler the same year.
Yeah.
Joey released an album.
Yeah. This got Grammy for Best Rap/Sung Performance, I think. Jeez. And then, on the fourth verse, he finally says, tell me who you're loyal to. Money, fame, weed, drank, loud pipes in the rain. Is it unconditional when the Rari don't start?
That's a good line.
That's a good line. So is your loyalty only conditional on your Ferrari functioning?
Yeah. That's a line where it's like an athlete who has just been like champion for so long, like doesn't even have to try anymore, and every now and then he does something where you're like, oh yeah, that's why he's the best. Like, because that's a great line. But the rest of it is just garbage, man.
Oh yeah, and Kendrick being the champion.
Yeah.
And is he saying that someone's loyalty is only existing when his Rari is functioning?
Right. Like, it's all like everybody's ride or die until it actually gets tough, you know?
Right. So that's like, you can be a fair weather friend when you're, when the money's coming in and the Ferrari's working.
Yeah.
And then Rihanna sings a nice part. Tell me who you're loyal to. Does it start with your woman or your man? Does it end with your family or your friends? Are you loyal to yourself in advance? Is it anyone you would lie for, slide for, die for? That's what God for. I don't know about that. What's that God for line?
That's the only person you should die for, I guess. I don't know.
I guess so. Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. This whole album is just like a watercolor painting, like surface level, just pretty colors.
Rihanna says, tell me who you're loyal to.
Yeah.
Is it anybody you would lie for, slide for, die for?
Yeah.
So she's asking Kendrick, who are you loyal to? If it's someone you would lie for or slide for or die for, that is someone who you're loyal to.
Yeah.
That's not even a question that needs to be asked, really. Are you loyal to the one you would die for and lie for?
Yeah.
Obviously. If you lie for someone and die for someone, you're loyal to them. But Kendrick responds, that's what God for.
I don't know.
What is what God for? Is he the one that should be died for and lied for?
I don't know, man.
Or is he the one that should be doing the dying or lying for others, for people? I don't know, nor does he explain it. Oh, yeah, and then end the song, it's so hard to be humble. It's so hard to be. Lord knows I'm trying. Lord knows I'm dying, baby. I don't care.
Yeah.
And then loyalty goes into pride, and then pride goes into humble. And that's Kendrick's thoughts on loyalty. Very weak thoughts, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Compared to some of his thoughts on lust on some other songs. And I still want to know. Is Kendrick loyal to Whitney Alford or not? I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, here's Loyalty by Kendrick. Thanks, Harlem. Have a good one. You're great.
There's never going to be an
I love
appropriate
you.
time and
Thanks,
place
Matt,
for
for
freedom.
joining me today. This is a great one.
There's never going to be an appropriate time and place for freedom. You've got to fight for your freedom. There's never going to be an appropriate time Free Academy. Rhythm and the Free Academy.